Hello, guys. It's your favorite spiritual cheerleader here to inspire you, encourage you, remind you of who you are, that you are the creator of your own reality, that whatever you believe, which means to accept the reality of, you will experience. Now, let's talk about why you may not be manifesting the life that you desire, what may be holding you back, and the truth is, it's your thoughts and your feelings. Your thoughts and feelings go hand in hand. And when I'm talking about feelings, which I come from the viewpoint of Neville Goddard, when he talks about, he has a book called Feeling is the Secret. For a while, I struggled with that. I was like, feeling, is it like an emotional thing? Like, do I have to be happy all the time? Do I have to feel good? Do I have to like be in a high vibration type thing, like those who teach law of attraction? But I do believe law of attraction and law of assumption. I don't think they're separate. I believe they go together. I know some people put them at odds with one another, but I just think that, everybody's a different level of understanding. So that's just how it goes. But yeah, I used to question like, do I have to be happy all the time to manifest? Do I have to be feeling good? Not that you don't want to be happy, not that there is a problem with feeling good, but that isn't necessary. When Neville talks about feeling is the secret, he means the naturalness of something. Does it feel natural to you? And just think about your everyday practical life, right? When you first learned how to ride a bike as a child, right? Those who learned how to roller skate, ice skate, whatever you first did, it didn't seem natural at first, right? It seemed a little awkward. You fell a couple of times off the bike. I mean, personally, when I first learned the bike, I took off, and some of us do. But others of us, like in everything in life, some things we have to adapt to, and other things we get right away. And that's what the feeling is, the naturalness of it, your attitude towards it. And so if you have not the right attitude towards the thing that you desire, that is going to keep it at bay from you. That is going to keep it from coming into your experience. And so, yes, at first we don't always believe everything that we want, right? We're told when we come into this understanding, when we start our spiritual awakening, you hear people everywhere that teach this, or teach it or remind you, which is what I'm doing. I'm reminding you of who you are, that, hey, guess what? It's all in your hands. You get to decide what it is you want to experience. And don't think small, think big, think bigger and better and the best that you know. There's no limitations. The only limitations is that which you place on it. So, you get to think like, man, I can have anything I want for real. Like, really? Anything I want, I can have it. All I got to do is believe it. Yeah. All you got to do is believe it. And it's like, but how do I get myself to believe it? So guess what? People then come up with many ways. They teach you techniques. They give you different words or terminology to use. And, that's when it comes to, you have to know yourself. You have to figure out what works for you. Because guess what? You have been manifesting all the time. You just didn't know that you were doing it. Like, you're doing it now. You do it all the time. Everything that you experience is based on a belief that you have. And a belief is just a thought that you keep on thinking. And a lot of the thoughts that you have were given to you, right? So let's think about money. A lot of the thoughts, a lot of the ideas we carry about and money comes from our environment, right? How our parents dealt with money, what the media or the news said about money, right? What the government said about money. The government is always in a recession, coming out of a recession, going into the recession, a depression. They're always giving you how you should think and feel about money. So if you notice, they're kind of always going to give you the negative perception about it. And so what you have to do is decide, do I want to see money as a negative thing? I mean, I want a lot of it. I want to enjoy it. Should I be looking at it from a negative perspective? And of course, then you have others saying, well, you really don't want money. You want the experiences that money can bring. And I say, I want both. It's not either or. It can be both. And I can want the money and all the experiences that come along with it. And then knowing that the experiences I want don't always require money. It isn't always necessary to have money and to have in order to have the experience. I mean, that's cool. That's right. Yeah. So you just have to determine for yourself. And that's the key. That's like the trick. Like when you decide what you want, decide it's because it's what you want, not what your parents think, not what your spouse thinks if you're married or you have a significant other, not what anyone else thinks other than yourself, not society, because society will tell you what success means. But then when they tell you that people are successful, then they give you all this negative stuff that goes along with it. So it makes you question, like, well, do I want success in that way? Because it seems like a lot of people are unhappy based on what success is defined by the world and then how I would want to experience it or how I would view it. So a lot of those things play a part in manifesting, and it's all according to your belief. See, I believe the law of life is the law of belief, that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. That's where beliefs come from. They come from thoughts. And your thoughts, or your feelings, tell you how you think about a thought, how you feel about a thought. So if I say that I want lots of money and I want the experience of being rich and wealthy and having all the things that money can buy, then I have to ask myself, how do it feel when I say that? How does it feel that now I am this wealthy, affluent individual? Do I feel good? Is it like an amazing feeling? Or I'm like, ew, I don't know. Can I handle that type of money? Am I supposed to? Am I worthy? Am I deserving? What qualifies me to have, an exorbitant amount of money? Like, why should I get money? And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to question your desires. You don't want to condition your desires. You just want to decide and be persistent and take an accounting of or an assessment. Pay attention to your thoughts about the thing that you want. And if you're feeling uneasy about the thing that you want, that means that you're what most people, especially in law of attraction, will call out of alignment. Like you're not in agreement with the greater part of you, which is your higher self, your conscience, your consciousness. You're not in alignment with that because your higher self doesn't know lack, limitation, scarcity, or poverty. It has no such understanding of that because we live in an abundant universe and there's abundance of everything. There's not just one thing of anything. And if it is only one left, it can be made again, right? Like if you hit 10, you can make 2,000, right? If you know how to make 10, you know how to make 2,000. If you know how to make one, you know how to make 1 million. So there is no limitation when it comes to the true reality of who you are. So if you're thinking or questioning, is it possible? Can I have it? Am I deserving? Am I worthy? Get those thoughts out of your mind. Yes, you are deserving. Yes, you are worthy. Your existence is all that is required. You desired it, and so guess what? You can have it. As many people will teach you and say, if you can see it in your mind, then you can hold it in your hand. Because you thought of it, that means it already exists. See, creation is finished, as we were told in the Bible, and I love the scriptures. And the Bible is not the only source. I just use it as one of my sources, but there are many sources in which to get this information. And if it resonates with you, then you will move forward. People look at it scientifically, with neuroscience, with astronomy, astrology, numerology, all those things fit together. All those things that we created as signposts to remind us who we are and why we are. And then once we recognize that, we don't even really need all those things, but those things are just like, as one person said, They're just permission slips that we give to ourselves to help us to believe that which we forgot. And so a lot of us forget that we were already rich. A lot of us forget that we're abundant. A lot of us forget that we created all of this, that there is no separation between money and me, that I am the creator of my reality. I created money, and since I created money, I can have as much as I want of it or as little as I want. It's all based on my perception, my belief, my feeling about it. So that may be the reason why you may be struggling with manifesting the things that you want, because you ultimately don't quite believe that you are deserving of it. You kind of double speak. You say you want money, that you're abundant, you know that you're an abundant being, and then as soon as you have those thoughts for a good 20 seconds, a minute, 30 minutes, the rest of your day you're complaining about, oh man, y'all see those gas prices? Oh my goodness, you see those grocery prices? Man, I wish I could buy that shirt. Man, it costs too much. Then you start thinking and speaking limitations. And what I like about one of the teachers of this great knowledge, of this great truth, Dr. Joseph Murphy, is that he would say, never finish a negative thought. Those are negative thoughts when it comes to you, because you want to believe in abundance, yet you're speaking contrary to that whenever you acknowledge lack. So no, then you're kind of keeping yourself in a neutral state. You're not experiencing abundance. You're still stuck in the same place, because believe me, y'all, I know it seems like getting over that hump, or getting yourself to believe in something that maybe you didn't even think was possible for you. The work is mental. That is the work. The word is mental. It's not about what you do physically. It's not about what you do outwardly. It's what you do inwardly. You must do the work inwardly, especially if you want it to be long lasting. You want that transformation to start in the mind. And once you become, and once you see yourself as having it, seeing that you have it, even though you can't see it physically. See, that's where faith comes in. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, which is the expectation of the desire that you want, and the evidence of things not seen. See, your evidence of your faith is that you can't physically see it, but yet you believe it to be a possibility. You believe that it does exist. And the more you allow yourself to believe that and conjure up feelings that say, it's good to have money. I feel good about money. Feel good about abundance. No, can't purchase this now, but I am abundant. I will purchase that when I'm ready. You change your thoughts, you change your perceptions, you change your words, and then you'll start to feel good about what you're saying. The more you allow yourself to feel good about what you're saying, and you tell yourself, no, this is a good thing. No, having money is a wonderful thing. I'm going to manage it well. I'm going to use it like I want to. Like, there's always more to come, that there is no limit to how much I can have, that I can spend as much as I want, whenever I want, however I want, because there is an inexhaustible storehouse that I can tap into at any given time, as long as I believe in its abundance. See? And it takes practice. And just like it took practice to learn how to roller skate, learn how to ride a bike, learn how to drive, learn a new dance, whatever it is that you're doing that you haven't done before, but you told yourself you wanted to do it. You believed it was possible for you. So guess what? You were able to do it. It was a thought first. It was a thought in the mind, and then it became a physical experience. So remember, everything starts in the mind. Everything starts here first. You must transform your mind if you want to have a new experience. So I hope this all helps you. I hope this encourages you and helps you to recognize that may be why you may not be manifesting the things you want to, and why you keep manifesting the same things over and over and over, because you haven't changed the way you think, and you haven't changed the way you feel about your thoughts, about your expectations about life. You haven't changed your intentions. And the subconscious, which is the part of you that regulates everything in your life, from your breathing, the flow of your blood, your movement, everything. Like, you don't think about how to breathe, right? You don't think about how this blood, how the digestive tract works, how how you swallow, how anything, that goes on with the body. So the subconscious is running all of that, and it is running every part of your experience. And so, yeah, you want to get it deep down in your subconscious that it's okay to have whatever it is you desire, that your desire is a gift from you to you, because you are the creator. You are one with all that is. Everything that was created by you, was created for you, and was created because of you, for the experience. We all came here to experience this physical reality. That's why we're here. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So, yeah, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to your thoughts, and transform them. Have a change your mind, have a repent, which is what the Bible says, which means to have a radical change of mind. You have to decide to see things differently. It's very important, because the more you start to think differently, the more you start to think differently, and it just becomes what? A habit. Because we can always change habits, right? Habits are not laws. Anything that can be changed is not a law. If it can be changed, it's not a law. It's a principle. It's a habit. It's something we do. But a law can never be changed. And the law of belief can never be changed. It is always done unto you as you believe. Your faith has made you whole. Your faith has made you unwhole. Many words Jesus could not do. Why? Because lack of belief. They didn't believe in the possibility, so guess what? It can be done. And that's usually our story for each of one of us, right? The only reason why we're not experiencing something in our life is because we don't believe in the possibility of it. We have decided that that's too big, or that's too small, or whatever condition we have placed upon it has kept it at bay from us. And that's really just as simple as it is. I mean, it sounds so simple. Our logical mind be like, really, it ain't that easy. Like, you're fooling me. But try it. Just try it. Try to pay attention to your thoughts. Try, whatever it takes for you. Some people use meditation, prayer, scripting, vision boards. People use all kinds of things to get themselves to that place in their lives where they can believe, And for me, what works is just saying something repetitively and really sitting with myself in deep contemplation and asking myself, how do I feel about this? And just replanning and rehearsing and coming up with a different way of saying something till it feels so good to me that I'm like, yes, okay. Yes, and I keep doing it, and then I drop it, and things happen. I mean, it is just as simple as that. But everybody has to learn them own selves. Everybody has to find out what works for them, and there's no wrong way. It's all things work together for your good. Things are always working out for you, no matter, even if it appears that it may not be. Just remember that it's not about what happens; it's about your reaction to what happens. This is your world. You created everything that's going on, and a lot of us have done it. I did it too, unconsciously. And the purpose of awakening is now to do things consciously, purposefully. Know why we're doing it, because we want to have whatever experience we want to have, and that's the reason why we are doing it. And that's all. You don't need no other conditions, no other limitation. You want it because you do. Because the thought came into your mind, and then if the thought came into your mind, then you can experience it, So, yeah, and always keep the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Use it for lovely things. Of course, you can use it for the opposite. You can use it to hurt people. You can use it to get back, and you can use it for all that. But, it's a waste of time to me, because that what you do to others will be done unto you. Because you give, and it'll be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. It just ain't the good stuff that comes back. It's also the negative stuff. Remember that. So, oh my goodness, I'm almost at the 20-minute mark. Oh, I hope you guys are encouraged. I hope you are inspired. I hope this video helps you. Before I depart, I want to thank you guys so much. I reached 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. On my way to 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And so I hope that I helped you because you helped me, and together we help one another. And with that being said, beloved, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Until next time, be great.